Welcome to the Motivation Without the Hype podcast with your host, Gez Perez. He's an author, high-performance coach, and motivational speaker. This show brings you inspiring messages and interviews to unleash your greatness in life and in business. So let's get started.
Hi everyone, welcome to Motivation Without the Hype podcast show. My name is Gez Perez, former procrastinator into an action taker. We bring you inspirational messages and interviews, including motivational insights, tips, principles, and proven strategies that you can take action on without the hype in unleashing your greatness in life and in business. So we appreciate you plugging in and spending time with us. We have a very special guest, and I'm super grateful to have him on our show. His name is Kevin Gonzales. He is a business growth expert who combines the two topics of business growth and personal performance to help you unleash the highest performing entrepreneur that you can be. His philosophy is simple. If you want to grow your business, then you need to grow it with as well. He believes that your business is a reflection of who you are, the visionary, the leader. He helps you start, build, and scale online information businesses so you can replace your salary to spend more time doing the things you love and with your loved ones. And ladies and gentlemen, I am so honored to have Kevin on our show. I've known him for quite some time, and he's doing an amazing things in what he does in his business and also adding value to the lives of others. So without further delay, welcome, Kevin.
I just want to say thank you for having me here. I am very excited, and I'm so excited to be talking to your audience today.
Fantastic. So we really appreciate you jumping on in our podcast show today. So, Kevin, to those who don't know you yet, and I know they're going to be loving you to get connected with you after the show, tell us about yourself and what you actually do.
Basically, I'm a business growth expert, and like what you said, I combine the topics of personal performance and business growth to unleash basically the best performing entrepreneur that you can be, right? So I like to help 9-to-5ers who want to replace their salary and have more time spending doing the things that they love, spending more time with their loved ones, but most importantly, adding value into other people's lives in basically teaching a topic that they are very passionate about that they can make a living out of.
Wow. And so do you get a lot of people who are not happy or satisfied with their 9-to-5
I get
job?
a lot of people, but a lot of them are in denial, or they don't necessarily see that they aren't satisfied with it until it's too late. So what I like to do is with my content, I like to speak to them in that way that kind of like wakes them up. I like to think of myself as a kind of like an alarm clock that shakes up the people's potentials and make them realize it.
You know, as a high performance coach and, particularly in the information business, what's the trend these days now with online businesses?
I guess the trend that we are seeing is that they're growing, right? There are a lot of people who are just taking the leap of faith and are starting a business online, right? They're even like, not even before this year, there was kind of like the term of laptop lifestyle, right? Which is what everyone's dream is. You can just work on your laptop, you can take it anywhere, you can work all around the world. And the awesome thing is that it's becoming a reality super quick. There is more millionaires now than ever before in the world, and it's just continuing to grow and grow and grow. And there's just a great opportunity out there.
And in this day and age and generation, you get a lot of people who are in different age bracket. Where do you see online businesses in the future?
I see online businesses in the future as just growing and scaling much more rapidly. I feel like if no one is taking the opportunity right now to grab the bull by the horn and ride it, then they're missing out on a lot, right? Marketing has never been so easy with Facebook. We have access to billions of people in the world right now with internet, or like even Facebook, right? Where we didn't have that opportunity 10 years or 20 years ago, right? So we are living in the best time right now to reach as much people as we can at affordable prices. So if we're not putting our face in front of people, then I think a lot of people are missing out.
So creating and establishing businesses, has its rewards, challenges, and how do you build your resiliency, even your mindset, and why is it important?
That's a good question. I build my resiliency on, this isn't intentional, but sometimes I get into situations with my business that I can't control. Whether it's picking a business partner, I can control that, but whatever happens, like let's say during the partnership, I can't control that. It's kind of like you see their true colors after a while. So basically, when I am in these types of situations and I feel like there is nothing in my power that I can do, spirituality, my faith and my spirituality plays an important part in where my resiliency comes from. Because when I basically surrender or just let go of the outcome, when I try to control things and I think it's either has to be my way, has to be my way, has to be my way, it ends up never going my way or just makes the situation worse. So by having my faith and my spirituality as basically the number one priority in my life and my business, it gives me that strength, that courage that is needed to basically help facilitate change, help decipher who I'm going to work with or not work with, and consistently helping me to basically get back on that horse whenever I fall off, whenever I experience failure. It's just there.
So how do you get back up? I mean, like, it's not a physical thing, it's always an internal thing, right? Like the mindset, like how do you bounce back from adversities and things like that, particularly in business, right? Because there's a lot of challenges, particularly whether it's traditional or in online businesses. How do you bounce back from that?
The first one is, my absolute priority is meditation. I meditate for 2 hours a day, 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour at night. And it's basically, okay, so basically just to summarize it, long story short, without meditating, I would experience chaos, right? In my business, I lost a lot of money. There was one point where I lost a lot of money. If I wasn't meditating, I would have been in panic mode trying to basically do whatever it takes, operate from fear on trying to resolve this issue, right? But for me to be meditating before that, it kind of gave me like an invisible barrier to let me handle that situation in a way that was optimal. It wasn't based off of fear. It wasn't based off of it wasn't based off of fear, but it gave me like the strength to help me make sound decisions after that. It's kind of like, okay, I'm in this situation right now. Let's go from one step at a time. Instead of just going on overdrive and letting the chaos consume me, it helped me have a clear-headedness to it. And then secondly, a great what do you call it? A great support system, right? A great team that has your back. Some people who would actually listen to you instead of just criticize you. Getting amazing feedback. And investing in coaches is optimal, right? Sometimes it's so hard to see a different perspective in your situation, right? What is a positive in me losing all that money, right? Well, the positive is I have now more faith in God. I have more faith in myself, and I'm basically back in a wall, and I'm going to do whatever it takes, right? If I didn't have that perspective, then who knows where I'd be right now.
Yeah, that's powerful, right? The mindset, bouncing back, meditating. I mean, like, this, I think it was Tony Robbins who says that, you can't have fear and gratitude together.
Love that.
You just can't, right?
Correct.
You can't combine fear and gratitude. Gratitude is sort of is the same as meditation. And people that want to meditate, but it's hard for them to meditate. How do you do that?
Basically, yeah.
Like how
would they get started? I would recommend basically doing a guided meditation, which I can provide. I can provide your viewers with. I've made some awesome meditations that I've provided for my clients, and just for free, right? Because I was in that situation as well. How do I meditate? I've fallen asleep meditating. I thought that I had to be, I don't know, a guru to meditate. But honestly, there's a modern type of meditation that we can do right now that you can plug in. 10 minutes is all you need, and you will see instant results, right? That's a big claim, but yeah, I can provide you guys some awesome guided meditations by yours truly, which will help you keep you awake and start reaping the benefits from it.
Awesome. Thanks, Kev. So, there are going to be listeners who are tuning in, and they have aspirations, they have dreams, they have goals, and they really want to improve their lives. And how do you turn? And this is great because this is your
That's
type
it.
of area expertise is all about turning value into a sizable income, right? They want to potentially want to have
Yeah.
their own online business. How do you, how do you turn skills what they have, into adding value to others? Number one, and number two is how do they increase that value that actually turns into profit or income?
So I teach them techniques and tricks on basically how they can increase their value in what they do. So let's say it's in regards to a fitness, right? Or even dating coach. Dating coach will be an example. A lot of people right now are experiencing, well, not a lot of people, but people experience heartbreak on a consistent basis. So that market is never going to go away. So if you've experienced heartbreak and overcome it, that's already making you a valuable, basically, asset, because you've experienced that, you've gone through it. And if someone is out there who is basically asking for help, reaching your help, that can utilize your services, isn't that priceless? Right? If I was experiencing a breakup right now, and from my previous relationship or previous breakup, it was to the point, I got to the point where it was like, oh my gosh, I'm never getting out of this situation. And it was like, I will do anything just to live my life normally, or even come out of this situation and come out greater than who I was before, right? So by adding value in yourself, by even having that experience of, let's say, a dating coach who has that experience of overcoming that breakup, that's already valuable. If you've had that experience, then you can teach another person on how they can overcome their breakup as well. So that already increases your perceived value. And if you're going to monetize it, it's priceless, right? If I was experiencing a breakup and I thought that, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get over her or whatnot, I'm kind of in like that spiral mindset, right? So for me, all I want is to just have a different perspective, or just get over her, or whatever the outcome it may be, and I'll do whatever it takes to get that outcome, right? So when I'm in that situation, I need help, and that help is going to be priceless to me. And that's what I teach my clients, because whatever they have to offer is priceless to the right customer.
When you mentioned about experiences and using those experiences, you can't just coach someone
Absolutely.
without experiencing yourself, right? So whether they're skillful, or whether whether they're really passionate about some certain things, and using that experience to add value to others. Do you believe there is a pattern or a formula into becoming a successful person in any industry?
The pattern and formula, absolutely. It's basic fundamentals and principles, right? Improving yourself is absolute priority. Like I said, the reason why I do this is combining two topics of personal growth, personal performance, and business growth. Is you have to grow with your business. If you want continuously growing, then you want facilitating change. If you want facilitating change, then you're going to be comfortable. You're going to be staying in the same place at the same time. Then you're going to try to be expecting a different outcome when you're not letting the unknown or the uncertainty bring you new possibilities, right? The reason why we accumulate or have the same experiences or the same outcomes each time is because we're so scared of the unknown. We are so scared of uncertainty that, change is just so scary. Oh my gosh, posting something controversial on Facebook or YouTube, that's so scary. That's not me. You know what I mean? So by being, by clinging on to whatever's comfortable, whatever's certain to you, I think it's actually a disservice, because you're not expressing yourself. You're not speaking your voice. And if you're not sharing your voice, your authentic self, you're not expressing your experiences, then how is someone going to be able to relate to you and say, wow, I see myself in that person's situation, or like whatever they just said, I resonate with that, right? If you are being confined to, okay, this is what society wants, this is what's what do you call it, viral these days, right? But I'm sorry to say, but it's not going to get far. You have to be your authentic self, because this industry may be saturated, or even life may be saturated with multiple things, right? But how are you going to stand out? And everyone, just like their fingerprints, it's unique, right? Each and everyone is unique. There is no two types of people. And just by you being yourself, expressing your true authentic self is the pathway to success.
That's awesome, man. That's really awesome. So, I know whether it's in business, whether it's in life, there's gonna be a lot of people that face a lot of adversity, right? A lot of challenges, particularly a lot of procrastination. So, what are your strategies and how to overcome these type of obstacles?
Well, you're a high performance coach, and habits are what is going to take to tackle these, right? There are so many times where I'm not motivated to go to the gym. I'm not motivated to go work on my business. However, I've implemented habits in what I do each day to make sure that I actually do it, even though I don't feel like it, even though when I'm not motivated to do it. And what I like to tell my clients is, if you can't win each day, then how will you? If you can't basically do the small things right, if you can't do the small things in a great way, how are you going to expect to do the big things in a great way, right? So, doing things in excellence, doing things in a daily manner, will consistently help build that foundation more and more each day.
So how do you build that daily habit? Like, what type of mindset do you need to bring in every day? And what are the tools that you need to do to actually set up that daily habit?
So Mel Robbins is one of my favorites. If you are the type of person that snoozes, right? Basically, just count down from 5, like NASA, like the rocket ship. When they do the countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you'd be surprised how powerful that works on just getting up, right? But let's say it's in regards to business. So some days I'm not motivated. However, I work through my calendar, right? I don't work through a to-do list because sometimes I can easily procrastinate with that. So if I work through a calendar, I have to do whatever is in that time slot. So if I only have an hour to film and produce a YouTube video, that urgency is going to be there, right? So similar to basically back in school, if you were a last minute person like how I was, I had to get rid of that. I had to cut that. So by working in a specific time and actually delegating that, I have to keep my promise, right? If I don't keep my promise, then the confidence in myself is going to decrease. And I think most of us know already, like when you don't keep promises to yourself, your confidence decrease and it puts you on that spiral, right? So why would you want to do that to yourself? So make it easier for yourself. If you want to go to the gym and work out, pack your bags the night before, put it by the door or even by your, your bedroom door. So it's right there. All you have to do is pick it up, brush your teeth and go straight to the gym, right? The thing that makes it hard is, let's say, I gotta grab my shoes, gotta go to the closet, I gotta pick out something to wear. You know what I mean? That delays it even more. It happens
that's it. All the time.
So make it easier for yourself to actually get into that momentum to actually do it. So all you have to do is one step, and all you have to do is pick that bag up and go straight to it.
I think that's where you put yourself in overwhelm when
it's
just
100%.
too much, right? But if you prepare yourself beforehand, I like that tactic. You set yourself for success, right? Like even before you think you're gonna fail, but you've done your preparation, right? So there's a saying, success occurs when preparation meets opportunities. And so if you prepare yourself, you seize that opportunity because it's right there in front of you. There is no excuses. And I like that, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's again, you click into your subconscious mind. You're putting that effort. That's awesome. I love that.
One thing to add.
So, go for it.
Take that step, right? If you want to read a book and you feel lazy or you're not motivated, read one page, right? Because what ends up happening is no one just reads one page. You continue it. So all you have to do is take that first step, and then whatever happens after that, at least you've achieved it, right? Even though it's 5 minutes at the gym, no one ever stays at 5 minutes at the gym, okay? So just by you showing up and taking that first step, that's it.
Yeah. What is your meaning of motivation without the hype? And how to use motivation for your personal success?
Motivation without the hype. Motivation with hype to me is, let's say, watching a motivational video on YouTube and getting all pumped up, right? Maybe it's attending a seminar and it's the energy there is just crazy. You know what I mean? It's just insane energy, but that's hype. I can go out of that seminar and not take any action whatsoever, right? I was just there to have a good time. I was just there to feel the energy. But action is the most important part in motivation, because like I said previously, if you take that first step, the motivation will come, right? Okay, I don't feel like reading a book right now. Okay, let me read that first page. Oh, I still can't be bothered. Oh, that's an interesting thing that I just read, right? Okay, let me just keep going. That's when when more motivation sparks, and it's kind of like what do you call it? The momentum builds up, right? So that's what motivation without the hype means to me. Just taking that first step, even though you don't feel like it, even though the motivation's not there, and then it'll cultivate and come.
I think a lot of people think that motivation is quite overrated, and you're spot on, because a lot of people tend to think they go to an event, they get pumped up, and all of a sudden, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. How do you avoid yourself from doing that? Because a lot of people, whether it's in events, workshops, seminars, and you experienced it yourself, how do you avoid that type of, not only the mindset, but that type of hype? How do you avoid that so you make it consistent in your life and you're able to tackle it from head on? How do you do that?
Action. I'm emphasizing action so much because it really is the most powerful way to change, right? It is the most powerful way to be motivated. So what I do is, after my meditation, I've actually started implementing this just recently. So before I go to the gym and do my workout, because I absolutely love going to the gym and doing my workout, I make sure to tackle the number one thing that will move the needle in my business before I go to the gym. So gym is like the reward for me. But then if I don't want to, let's say, add another video to my online course, or I need to film that, then I need to get that done first before I go to the gym. So I'm tackling the hardest thing that I'm procrastinating with, that I know will move the needle in my business, and getting that done as soon as I wake up fresh in the morning and having all of that energy and just really utilizing there. Everything else after that is just a bonus for me.
Wow, that's awesome. Guys, I trust that you and listeners and thrivers and those who are listening in this podcast, I trust that you've got a lot of nuggets out of that, because just through this segment alone has been a lot of insights, and I know for sure I need to go back and take a lot more notes, and what has taken just this podcast segment alone. So Kevin, thank you so much. It's just an awesome episode that we've just put together. So guys, for more information and how you're getting in touch with Kevin, look at our show notes, because it's got all the provided links as well as his free masterclasses as well. So do check that out, and it's going to be amazing. So if this episode has been helpful, uplifting, we would love for you to write a review to inspire more listeners to get plugged in. We will continue to provide high-value content in each of every episode. So if you don't mind sharing this podcast show on social media, it would mean the world to me. So every time you tag me, we will get the opportunity to share those posts together, and we can make a difference in the life of others through inspirational episodes just like this. So there you have it. In closing, continue to unleash your greatness and tell yourself that I can, I will, and I must, and we will see you on the next episode.